Excuse me? Could you tell me where the forks are?
They're right here, lady.
Oh, but this is a spoon.
April Fools!
Oh.
Ah!
Let's go. Let's go for it. Hello, all, and welcome to Mr. Flamingo Talks, where today I'll be talking about Speed Duel, the midterm paradox, the new Speed Duel set to come out for Yu-Gi-Oh! The trading card game. Headlined by the first real reprints in like the last 10 years of the Arcana Force.
Who?
The Arcana Force.
What do they do?
Oh my goodness. You'd hate them. I know I do.
For someone who plays it not all the time, for someone who actually built a deck around it, you get such bad luck.
I get like straight tails. All right, let me circle back around.
Okay. What's the gimmick?
So the big thing with Speed Duel is that they're all cut down half like deck-sized Yu-Gi-Oh duels, like 20 to 30 card decks more or less. Like they shortened them. For this box, we got Sartorius Kumar's The Arcana Force. We got Jaden's Neos deck. We got the Australian dude, I forget his name, but he did Fossils, and we got Tyranno Hasselberry's Dinosaurs.
I love dinosaurs.
Now, I don't know much about the dinosaurs or the fossils, although they looked pretty good.
I love dinosaurs.
I already had a Neos deck, but my big thing for this set was the Arcana Force. Now, in the anime, the big thing was the Arcana Force would kind of like they were like a rotating clock, and your opponent would say when to stop it. And it was either facing upwards or facing downwards. We don't have that convenience here in the real world. So what we have is a gimmick of flipping coins. 90% of the cards for the Arcana Force is heads is a good effect that benefits me, the player,
The user
of the Arcana Force. Tails benefits my opponent, the people not using Arcana Force. The other 10% are the boss monsters, who it's like heads or tails is bad for your opponent. But most of the cards is heads is good for the user, tails is bad for the opponent. I was so excited.
Tails is good for the opponent.
Tails is good for the opponent, yes. I was so excited when the trading card game announced this Speed Duel set. I had been chomping at the bit. I think I was the only one out there.
Someone had
out of the thousands and thousands of Yu-Gi-Oh players, I don't think anybody else was going, oh my goodness, I really want Arcana reprints. But I was there. I was holding out hope. And I got what I wanted. To questionable results.
Very questionable.
I had already had Arcana cards as it was, so I put the brains and the bronze together, and I made my own Arcana deck. Full disclosure, folks, I went on a tear. I won once against the co-host, and I went 0-6. I lost 6 times against somebody else. Doesn't matter.
To the big dog.
The moral here, folks, is the Arcana Force is entertaining. And the Speed Duel set, this is one of those rare occasions where I'd call it pretty worth it, though.
You would, yeah.
Like, if you look past, like, my terrible, terrible luck, there's actually a lot of pretty fun cards. Neos Extra Deck, almost a full reprint. They don't do the Air Neos, of course, but you get, like, Glow Neos, Grand Neos. Tons of good reprints.
What's the point about Neos?
Contact fusion. So you have good old Neos on the field, and you have one of his little buddies, the Neospatians, next to him. You put them back into the deck, and you send out your extra deck monster. Totally dated gimmick. A lot of fun, though. And they actually back you up with the extra deck to boot, so that's pretty nice. The fossils and the dinosaurs each have a good chunk of fusion cards, which was a pleasant surprise. Like, I didn't think that they'd back them up that much,
It was pretty nice.
but they
actually.
really did. And that was pretty cool. And then there's Arcana Force. Okay, small side note. They offer the big boss monster, which the big point of Arcana Force is actually before they did the light and dark ruler. His name was Arcana Force the World, and it was to skip your opponent's turn. But what Speed Duel did, and I haven't actually told this to my co-host, is they actually reprinted the light ruler, which was like a magazine exclusive card for the longest time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was a pleasant turn of events.
Nice.
So there's this big in-deck boss monsters and the coin flipping gimmick. Across the board, though, I'd call it worth it. What would you say?
I would say, as a non-fan of Elemental Hero Neos, or you just talked about it for the past 5 minutes.
The
6
Arcana
minutes,
Force?
or the Arcana Force. It's okay. But it's okay. Because if it wasn't meant for me, it was meant for someone else.
It was meant for me.
It was meant for you.
It was meant for me. And you know what? I'm content. Good night.